All right, welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. Yeah. And today we are going to look at the traffic controller mod. Yes, we are. So, what you're looking at right now, real quickly, is a very basic setup with just the traffic controller pedestal and the stand. You can see it go from green to yellow to red, and then over here it turns green. Yes, very nice. There you go. And you can actually see it change colors. You're going to see this light change green, and it'll change here. And I'm going to go over this in more depth, but yeah, that's how that works. So we're going to go over to our little test track here, because one can get extremely elaborate with the amount of detail that this has. So I built this kind of little intersection here with turn lanes and such. So we are going to set it up. And hopefully at the end of this video, everybody will be a traffic wizard. But first, let's go over to the mod. It's the LTC-4000e traffic signal controller. Yes, it is. And what I suggest you do, and I'm gonna put all the links in the show description and on the website. Pay very close attention to how these pictures are and how this stuff is connected. And I'm going to highlight that. But everything is, you know, there's hidden digilines, and all these poles are connected. Now, this mod works with this mod only gives you two things. It gives you the pole mount traffic controller and the cabinet mount. You need to use this mod in conjunctions with either Streets Mod 2 or 1, or the Roads mod, which is a fork of Streets and Infrastructure. Or if you're using Dream Builder, this is already included in Dream Builder, and the person that made this mod is cheapy. So the Road mod and the Streets mod are the ones that provide the traffic poles and the lights and everything else. I'm using version 1, so I don't have these real cool arrows. And I tried going up to number 2, and it didn't work. I could not load it. So I have to work on that. That's an issue with my setup. But the most important thing is to read this section here. And it has a lot of traffic related terms like preempt, and there's other words in the setup like phase lock and all that stuff, which I actually looked up. Signalized, unsignalized, stuff like that. And I am going to include the links to these 2 chapters of the U.S. Department of Highway Federal Administration, whatever it's called. And this actually will tell you the detection and timing procedures of lights. This one will tell you about traffic signal control light, permissive, protected, permissive left turn, split phasing. You can get really, really in depth with this mod, and it can be very daunting. So the basics, this section right here, where it shows what you're supposed to assign the letters for each traffic control device. So we have detectors. You can detect a push button or a player detector, which will, if you have this whole mod set up in sensor mode, which we will show at the end. You have your traffic lights. Your straight through traffic light is labeled A, and B, C, and D. And then you have your turn lights, AT, it ends in T. Your pedestrian crossings, which are their P. And obviously this A, B, C, and D is the 4 corners of an intersection. What if you have 5? We have 5 corner intersections in Chicago. Yeah. And there's also a right turn, but I don't see anything in here for right turn. So I'm not going to play with it. You can play with it. But there's detectors. This preempt is like when you see a police car or fire truck go through an intersection and they have that signal light. So it senses when there's a fire or emergency vehicle approaching and it'll change the light accordingly. That's a preempter. So that's in there too. You can actually have that. Yeah, so let's get into, well, real quickly on my website. Yeah, I updated it. There's a whole page for mods used. So at any point and in the show notes, you can go to my website and go to mods used, and you can see the texture packs I use, the mods I use. They're all listed here with links. Updated the photos page, and I have my old PHP and projects also added here. This is something I've been working on for a couple of years. It tracks, and it's a dashboard for walks, steps, miles, and floors by day, month, and week. It's just something cool since I am a database administrator and hobbyist programmer. But that's all in there. You can take a look at what I'm up to, and I plan on really making this website something pretty special. Why not? But other than that, let's get into the mod. Isn't that right, Foamy? Okay, so we are out here, and we have a bunch of stuff that we are going to use. We are going to need to lay down some digilines and these digiline distributors. So you will need the digiline mod. We have a cabinet controller, and we have the post controller. We have a post. We have a pole. We also have a T that can be put on the pole. You can see here, this is my streets mod and all the different traffic lights. But I have the most important ones. Now, I made this mistake before because if you're sitting at this intersection here going this way, you're going to see the traffic light come up. So we need to go over here, and we need to put it there. So we're going to take that out. Actually, we're going to go to, you can get real, like I said, you can get real elaborate. So if we are going here, we need a traffic signal here. And, you know, I should put, it does, well, for the sake of ease, you're going to see this in a second. I'm flying around. So over here, we need a traffic signal here. And then obviously for here, we need one for this side. This is a weird area here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some. There we go. I flattened out this area and made this area into like a level area. So what this is going to simulate is here's a straight through lane, here's a left turn lane, and obviously here's the lane in the other direction. You can put a right turn lane in. So we're going to start with A. So this is going to be A, B, C, and D. Yes, Mr. Chicken. So everything over here, we will be A. So we need one of these, which is a digiline controller. We are going to have to link up all this stuff. And I'm going to crawl down in here because, yes, I know. This is where we are going to put our digiline stuff. So right off the bat, I am going to just follow this out. We have another one here. And obviously, you know, when you're building this, you are going to, you know, you might build this first. You might build the roads first. So we have, since this is going to be A, we are going to lay our digilines. Like I said, all this has to be connected. And the pole is a little bit different. So if you're using the pole mounted cabinet, where's, okay. If you're using the pole mounted cabinet, that will, and where are we going to put the pole mounted cabinet? We're going to put that over here. And we just have way too much. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. So 1, 2, we are going to put, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. We're going to put that there and connect that up, and over here, there we go. Because we are going to end up putting something there. So this is where we're going to put our cabinet. And I messed up. Oh, duh. I didn't have to do that at all. And it's connected. So you can, on these, you can see how I did that, and it just pokes through. Now we're going to put our cabinet on there, and it's connected. That is connected. So here's going to be one of our traffic lights. So we are going to put that there. These poles are conductive, as you'll find out. Put that there. This is going to be A. So we're going to go up 4. And then you can put on either a T to branch it out, or what I'm going to do is just use that. So where's my, oh, I'm getting turned around. So this is going to be A, and we're going to do this in order so I don't get messed up. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to do AC. So this is A, B, C, which will be the post over here. This one. So we need to add some more. We need to add some more digilines. No problem. So how's everybody doing? It's in the upper 70s in Chicago. Don't you love the weather reports on every video? Yeah. So put that there. That's connected. I really should have connected all these up before. Now, having them all connected is like a digital signal. So they'll all talk to each other. And that's the whole point of them. So you don't need an individual run to each one. So we have that one here. We are going to come up, and this is where we are going to put that one, and that's connected. Okay, so we have all that. This is our first one. This is going to be A. So we need to come out a little bit more, and you can get totally elaborate to what you want to do with this. We're just going to go here because we have that turn lane. So now the turn lane, we are going to use. All right, let's just finish this up here. Ooh, I don't like how that did that. And you know what? I knew this one is going to take a while to do. So this might actually go a half hour, and that's fine. I'm not doing anything important. So you could always watch this in pieces, but it's meant to be a reference. But this is going to be, So this is A, that's C, that's B, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get these done real quick. You can see why I built the roadway in off camera. Whoops. And finally, this one here will go here. And this can get pretty confusing. And as you saw, I did not build that the real simple one over by the farm. I did it just the other way. Okay, so we're going to work on A first. So this over here, we have an A turn lane. We already have that. So we have a pedestrian light, and we don't need that anymore. We have a left turn, and we have a traffic light, and that's the left turn module, which is kind of cool. And we have a push button. So the push button, we're actually going to label that. We can use that for the sensor, but for right now, we have left turn light, and then a traffic light, and then down here, if I could learn how to fly, we have a pedestrian light. Okay, so this is A. So this will be the turn light. So the turn light is AT, lowercase a-t, and then click proceed. And then this is the traffic light. It's just going to be A. And then this is the pedestrian light, which is going to be AP for pedestrian. So far, pretty straightforward. And I found that once you program these and then you make a mistake and try to change them, it's just easier just to knock them out. So now we're going to do C, since we're right here. So this is a pedestrian light, which I don't need. That's the left turn light. And then this one is a traffic light. And then we have the pedestrian light. Very nice. So this is C, CP for pedestrian. And then this one will be just C. And this will be CT for turn. So we have those. Notice none of them are lit up yet. So we have A and C. So this one's going to be B. If I could fly correctly. Traffic light left turn. And traffic light. And pedestrian. This one's going to be, let's see, A, C, B. So we're going to make this BP for pedestrian, and B, and BT for turn. And we only have one more to go. And then we can actually fire it up and test it. So over here, we have left turn and traffic light. And why can't I fly? So this one's D. D, not DT, DP. D for the straight through light and DT for the turn. And we can check that. That's B, that's A, and this is C. Oh, awesome. Okay, let's go over and fire up our traffic signal. We have our digiline connecting our pedestal because it looks cool. It really does. The graphics on this are the only graphics I have a problem with are the pole graphics because he used a gradient, so you don't get a solid color on that. but that's the only mistake. So we are going to name this intersection. We're just going to name it T1 for test 1. You can name it anything you want. Doesn't matter. And some of this stuff in here, I don't know. We're going to leave it permissive. We're going to try it on signal. Notice that all my lights started working. In schedule, we are going to go timer. You have timer, phase lock. And let's look at the diagnostics. So we're working. We're done. You can see the state that the straight light is going through, and you can see in the background that stuff is working. So, and also in here, statistics. When we put the sensors in, monitoring, this will tell you the state of the lights. Right now, A and C are yellow, and they'll go to red. And you can see over here that light changed. B and D are green. And this will also give you the left turn and pedestrian. So that's how you can monitor it. So let's go see if everything is working correctly. So we come over here, and yes, there's a horse. We have a red arrow, green light, yellow light, and now the pedestrian crossing is do not cross. So we have a green light, red arrow. I think I'm going to have to change that. Let's see one more cycle. Red light. So this one will turn green. Yeah, we don't have our traffic arrows. And we don't have our so we're missing our traffic arrows. So let's go to hardware setup. These are set up to permissive, pedestrian. We're going to change this to signalized, which is usually what I do. And then we're going to set that to, I'm going to set it to this. Let's see what this does. Circular green. I have no idea what I'm doing on that. This is the streets mod. Pedestrian button type normal. Let us monitor and see here. Oh, okay. Green, yellow, red arrow. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we have a green light, red arrow, and the pedestrian. Oh, there's a pedestrian. So our pedestrians are working. It's flashing. It counted down. We have a red arrow, red light over here. This is changing the yellow, so these are going to change. So let's see what we got here. We have a green left turn arrow and a red light. And now it's a green or yellow left turn. Changes to green, changes to green. We have, that's nice. You can walk across and get hit by a car. Okay, so that's working. That's all there was to it for just this simple. We have a green left turn arrow, and we have a red light. It goes to yellow. Now it goes to red. The traffic signal straight through goes to green. So it's a left turn on green only. And our traffic signal or our pedestrian seems to be messed up. Let's go back here and see what state we're in for pedestrian. Come on. You have to wait for everything else. We are on the timer. So now, oh, okay, so we have two of the lights. Yeah, I might have mislabeled those. So those are flashing right now. Then they're flashing. They didn't count down though. Okay. So let's see what we have here. And you're just going to have to play with. Now you can also set the timing of how long you want these lights on timer. Pedestrian recall timer only. And it's never timer only and always. Left turn recall and timer mode, yes. Okay. And we've gone through 8 cycles. Okay, now for the fun part. So we have this working. This is working. And that light's changing yellow to red. Yeah, I have my something's got a yellow arrow. So if that's a green light and this turns, I might have my pedestrian mixed up, because when this is green, these should be gone. You should not have a green green when you cross here. All right, so that sets that up. So now what we're going to do is we can also set this thing in a thing called sensor mode. And I think I just killed, yes, I did. I had just killed my digi, which is going to kill my lights. That's fine. So over here, we're going to put a sensor in. So you're going to have to plan. You're going to really have to plan this out. We have a digi line detector, and we have. I'm only going to set up. I can set up a couple. Doesn't matter. You guys doing anything? So now here we set this detector. This is going to be our detector for our straight through light, and that's going to connect. So this one is our left turn detector, which is going to be detector AT. So we go in here, channel DETECTOR underscore AT, radius of 2. And then this detector is going to be detector underscore A, radius of 2. All right, so that does that. This push button, is going to be detector underscore AP. And we save that. Oh, channel and message must both be set. All right. AP walk. There we go. It's set because it won't let me reset it. Now these are here. We are going to put one here. Just to, so I can change lights. Because this, what will happen is this detector. So now this one is going to be set to D. So detector underscore D, radius 2. All right. And I hope that this works. We're going to come over and we're going to reset our system here. I hope. Back, we are going to set the mode to sensor and save. Statistics, it's already counting. Let's see if it counts the push button. AP, it counted the push button. It counted D sensor, A sensor, and AT, the turn lane sensor. Very, very cool. So right now, oh, look at my traffic signals. They're counting down finally. Oh, you know why? It's because I pushed the button. Let's go out here and see if what we can see here. Can't see nothing. Okay, so we have green light, left turn lane red. Oh, look at that. 6, 5. That's working. We got it working. Yeah, I should relabel those one time. So here we are going to go here. We have a green light. So it should stay. So we have a green light and a green or a red arrow. So let's come over here and trigger this light. That there, you see it triggered. There's red light, and now it went to straight through because I have no turning lane over here. So you see, since there's nothing in the turn lane, it didn't give me the green arrow on the turn light. So let's go over here. Let's fly around. Let's fly around so we don't trigger that. We want to trigger the left turn. So we're going to camp here until this changes. It changes. It's yellow and red and green with a green arrow. Oh boy. Yellow arrow, red with a green light. So you're going to have to really, you have to really sit here and figure this out. So it changes yellow light now that I press the pedestrian button, and it gives me the, look at that, red light, green light, but let me, and there's our countdown. And we have a green light over here now. Now we have a yellow light. I know I sound like I'm a broken record here. Let's see. And these lights turn green. So let's go back over here, and it's going to trigger. It should trigger. Yep. Yellow light. And it should only give me a green light. There you have it. It works. It works. So real quickly before we end this video, because this is taking forever, let's put this here because it works. It works. And the cabinet one is also really, really cool. For the cabinet one, you do not need you still have to connect. So if I didn't use this cabinet here and just used just use the pole mount one, I would still have to connect the poles with the digi lines. But if you use it, you know, if this is right here and all you have is a traffic light, and let's say a traffic light, and we will call this one A, and we will call this one D. Now we come in here, we're going to label this intersection as T2, save, hardware setup, streets, save. We are going to go into timer mode, save. And you can manually call the lights if you're not in timer mode. So there, the timing is set, and we have a green light and a yellow light and a red light and a green light. So that's how that works. Anything connected to that pole will transmit for that. And then we can also go back, our statistics. You're not going to see any sensor data, but you will see how many cycles it went through. And for diagnostics, you can see what is actually happening on there. So let's go up here so we can see the lights at the same time. And you can see now with the monitoring, A and C are green, B and D are red. And there you go. And it will change. I think it's like 10 seconds. So now it's yellow, yellow, red, and the other ones turn green. So that's how that does that. So that was D and that was A. So there you go. Hopefully this answered a lot of questions about this. I did not use the right turn lane. I don't even think the right turn lane will work because I don't have there's no sensor for it. Let's just see what we got here. Oh, the left turn module. I didn't show that. The left turn module is actually very cool. So let us go. Let's just throw it on here. No, I wanted to throw it underneath. We're just using this as a backing. So the left turn module, what that is it's this. So AT, let's label this as AT, and it should, I don't know what it'll do, but that's what it looks like. So it makes it like that super light. That's AT, that's A. Let's see if we get readings from both. Yes, look at that. We have look at that. So you can make that. Now this module, see, this is telling you no turn on left, but the other one is just goes green. So that's how you can use that module. You can put that module anywhere you want. So that works. So we figured that out too. Very nice. You can also put one here and label this. Let's see, D. This is DT. Let's see how it works in timer mode. Doesn't matter. But this is a really, really, really cool mod. It's kind of weird because with you had the traffic control mod, or you had the it's not working because I don't have this set up correctly. Hardware setup, permissive streets. Huh. It's on timer. Why did I hit that? I think it's under hardware setup. Left turn. Oh, didn't we? We did that, I think, on the other one. So let's see. Let's give it one as I do the outro here. So this is it. It kind of should be included in the streets mod or the infrastructure mod, because they give you the traffic lights. Look at that. Now it works. Green arrow. So it doesn't. You can't use the stoplights unless you use the traffic controller. And look how cool that is. So even if you don't have that mod and you're just playing with the streets mod, and you go like this and you go, okay, I want to put a traffic light up or a pedestrian light or something. And okay, it doesn't work. So I'm wondering something here. This is I don't think it couldn't be that easy. No, I didn't think so. But you know what? It never hurts to try. So that's it. That's the traffic control mod. It's a very cool mod, especially with these sensors. If you want to get real elaborate and you have a server where you want to have people basically What happened here? Why isn't anything working? Did it just stop? Oh, I might not have been high enough or low enough because I only set that. There it goes. I only set that to 1. So you can see how that works there. And when it sees a trigger here, it should red light. And then there's our green arrows and green lights. That is so cool. All right, that's going to do it. I've yammered on long enough, but basically that is how the Streets mod works. And that's how you get you program. We have our pedestrian working. That's how you program all your individual traffic control devices. Look at that. It's very nicely done, I gotta say. Very nicely done. So I'm going to leave you with that. You can get totally elaborate with this, and you have to use your imagination and go from there. So I want to thank you for joining me. All the links and everything are listed on the website, like I said, and that looks really cool. And go from there. And I just laid this stuff out. I sort of made it uniform, but yeah, I'd love to see what you could do on yours. So yeah. And then I'll do it in the next video. Somebody sent me a screenshot that they used building the Digtron, but they didn't send me their name, so I'm trying to get their name on it. But it's a real cool photo, and you can see it up on my site. But there you go. That's how the traffic control signals work. And it's a very, very, very cool mod. So thank you for joining. Everybody have a warm, safe, dry week, and or a cool week, depending on your climate. And yeah. And goodbye.